Okay, I'm in my garage and I'm able to replicate the sound of the thunk. Let me put the camera back there and see if you guys can hear this. Hear that? Ooh. That does not sound great. Already, it's not looking good. I just went for a test drive with the tech here, and he said he thinks that the drive unit is bad. So I don't know how much that costs yet, but we're gonna find out, it looks like. I just got the repair estimate back from Tesla, and it's actually insane. They did find that my drive unit bushings, and there's 3 of them, they're basically like motor mounts, are cooked, which after 320,000 miles and who knows how many treks through the desert between Las Vegas and California, it makes sense that those are bad. Instead of replacing the bushings, and we're talking 3 rubber parts basically that the drive unit mounts to the frame on, and the rubber helps it move and flex a little bit. When that rubber breaks, then that causes the motor to shift, and that's what we're feeling back there, is the drivetrain moving. Instead of replacing those, the only service they offer is to replace the entire drive unit. Keep in mind, this drive unit is supposed to last 1,000,000 miles, and that's from Elon's lips. The drive unit's still good, and I can feel that it's still good. It still propels the car just fine. So I'm not going to replace the drive unit to replace the 3 motor mounts. Check this out, guys. We've got powertrain lift in here. This thing is insane. Look at this. Even says Tesla on there. Whoo! This is a serious unit right here, and this is what is going to be lifting and lowering the Tesla rear drive unit assembly. All right, we have the car on the lift, and we've already started on this job. We've pulled out the rear seat. We've disconnected the high voltage connector back there, so the car does not have high voltage power going to the drive unit, and we have removed this panel here. We've also put the car into service mode, which you can't see because the screen's off, and we've released the rear parking brakes electronically using the service mode. Now he's going to go into this over here and check to make sure there's no high voltage running to the drive unit. All right, we've got the car on the lift, we've got the rear wheels removed, and we're gonna go ahead and start pulling this drive unit out. Huzzah! Here's our undercarriage here. And you can see we got the trunk there. We got the drive unit there. And this whole subframe is gonna be coming out. All right, now we're taking out these bolts here, which are 6-point, what would you call it? Like hexalobe? Those are the bolts that came out of here. We have brake calipers removed, and they're hanging from the car. So on to the next step. Now we've taken those 2 bolts out of the shop. And we've got some of these connectors taken off here. And that looks like a coolant line, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
Coolant line that leads to the drive unit.
Oh, okay. Very good. We have our drive unit lift right here. So this cradle here is for the Model 3 and the Model Y drive units. And it's going to get bolted to the top of this drive unit lift. And we'll be able to lower the drive unit out of the car with this tool here. So these points here connect to this point on the subframe. And these will connect up here. Bolts here. Oh, it's coming. All right, this is the part of the job where it gets sketchy. Wow, look at that, it's coming out. Holy moly. Wow, look at that. Oh. Wow. That right there, ladies and gentlemen, is a Tesla Model 3 Performance subframe. Nice work, guys. Wow, look at that. And now we can see our bushings. Look at that, there's one. And there's another one right there. And there should be a front one too, or I guess this would be a rear one. Yep, there's the other one right there. So those are the parts we're gonna be replacing on this. We gotta get this drive unit out of here, right? I have a sling, and we have an engine hoist. So we should be able to just mount it up and pop it off this thing, right?
Yeah. Que la pistola es como la del dueño.
Robert just got the axle out of that one. And it's right there. Nice. Nice.
Tengo que estar se queda, espera.
That way, that rubber dummy is stable. When you remove the axle, you don't have to fight with that. So we could pop it out.
What's the
The seal that goes in there. They have the straight. ¿Estás viendo?
Oh, so you technically just wanted to come out.
Nice. There's the second axle. Now we're attaching the sling so that we can lift the drive unit out of the subframe.
Uno, dos, tres.
Yeah.
Ah. There you go. Sling attached. We got our engine hoist here that we're going to be using to lift the drive unit out of the subframe. Oh, look at that. She's coming out. Oh, nice.
That way you know where to go.
Wow, look at
Se va a jalar
that.
para acá, pienso yo.
Wow, no kidding. Look at this, guys. That's the inside of the drive unit bushing. No wonder it was doing what it was doing. That's supposed to go in there, and it's supposed to be attached. You're not supposed to see Jesus's face through this hole here. Wow, okay, I feel a lot better about doing this job now because I think this will actually fix the problem. Wow, there you go. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is a Tesla Model 3 Performance rear drive unit. The other one's cooked too. No way.
I think actually all of them are.
Look at that. Oh my gosh, and this one's about to pop out too. Oh, jeez. That is not what your bushings are supposed to do, especially the ones that hold your drive unit in there. Nice work, guys. The guys got the subframe out, they got the drive unit out of the subframe, and we're ready to replace these bushings. These are supposed to hold this drive unit in place, and they've all broken. All three of them have broken. So we're going to go ahead and press these out of here and then get them replaced. And once we do, this drive unit should work just as good as new. Here is the rear subframe assembly, and boy, there's a lot going on here, and it all came out as one unit, and it actually came out fairly easy, so that's pretty cool. As you can see, I do have some suspension parts that have some torn and cracked bushings, so we are going to need to address these at some point. I'll probably go ahead and get some new knuckles for this, some new control arms and compliance arms and whatnot, but this should not be that difficult to put back together and make into a like new rear subframe, even though it has over 320,000 miles on it. Here we have our new bushings. This one comes in the mount here, so this will just bolt on, and then these two will actually get pressed in after the old ones get pressed out. And I have this really cool JTC Auto Tools Model 3 drive unit bushing R&R kit. Check this out. This is a threaded rod with these pieces here that will actually push the bushings in and out of the drive unit. So got some instructions here. We're going to go ahead and give this to Irvin, and he's going to go ahead and get these bushings replaced. We are pulling out the old bushings, and we've reinserted the pieces that fell out so that we know which way they're facing. And it looks like the notches are always going to face up on these bushings. So definitely one thing to take note of before you do this job, so that you don't end up with your bushings facing the wrong way. That thing's coming out nicely. Hell yeah! Nice work. Oh, dude, that came out like butter once that thing was aligned.
Yeah.
Quick note here, guys, you want to make sure that this cup is perfectly aligned around the bushing grommet there, because if it's not, it will not come out. But when it is, it comes out relatively easily. So there it is. The old bushing. Out with the old, in with the new. Love it. This is like the most exciting thing that's happened to me in life. That's factory fresh metal where that bushing goes. Woo, buddy. Let's get something in there before it gets dirty. All right, we're about to push in the new bushing. Try that. When all else fails, just don't follow Tesla's instructions.
I was about to say.
Yeah, because the part don't fit right on this thing. If you don't fit right, it's gonna be like crooked over.
Look at that. Clean. Oh, this thing is gonna be ripping on a racetrack in no time. It's insane how fast this car is, guys. It's so freaking fast. And it sticks so freaking well. I can't tell you
How long have you been waiting for that?
exactly. Look at that, guys. That is a brand new bushing straight from Tesla in our drive unit. All right, we only have to do this one more time over here. And then the other one just bolts on over here. We have the new bushing installed here, but it is time to go home, and unfortunately I am not going to be here tomorrow when this gets finished up, so I won't be able to show you guys any more progress on this. By the time I get back, this will probably be back in the car and it will probably be done. So we're just going to end off there. In the case of my Hoopty Model 3 Performance, the job was simple. Turn a $4,000 job into one that needed only $65 worth of parts and a few brave mechanics willing to tackle the challenge of removing the heart of the car, fixing it, and putting it back in, without destroying anything important in the process. I want to give a huge shout out to Irvin, Robert, Jesus, and the rest of the team here at Mesman Motors. These guys really stepped up to this huge challenge of working with new, albeit not quite unfamiliar technology. I have to thank them for successfully completing this job that not even Tesla was willing to tackle. While I was getting some much needed education on how to properly operate an automobile repair shop, the guys reassembled the car. By the end of the week, the car was finished and it was able to drive out of the bay powered only by its original 323,000 mile drive units. We are taking this car out of service mode here because we're going to take this thing for a rip and see if this drive unit bushing issue has been resolved. Here we go. Oh, I already don't feel it. Ooh. You would be able to feel it immediately upon backing up. You could feel the drive unit shifting in its mount there, but I do not feel a thing. It feels like it's supposed to. Oh my gosh, I am so stoked on this. You guys have no idea. I have never been able to drive my Tesla Model 3 to its fullest abilities because of this bushing issue. And here we go. Oh, buddy. Oh, here we go. Oh, it didn't do it. It didn't do it. It's fixed. Guys, it's fixed. It feels like it's a solid unit back there again. Oh my gosh. There's no clunking. There's no weird things happening. Oh my gosh, and he tightened up the front axle lugs and the steering even feels better too. This car is now ready to rip the way it was supposed to. Yes! Oh, I'm so excited about this, guys. Pretty soon I'll be taking this car out to a track somewhere and doing probably an autocross, and we're going to finally get to discover the capabilities of this car. I am so excited. The next step for this car is to replace a few of the suspension components. We did discover some worn out, torn and cracked bushings in the suspension components. In addition to some of the suspension components, I'm also going to get some new wheels and tires for it, and I'll bet you guys can already guess what type of tires I'm going to put on this car. Hint, they're on the SL, and I love those tires, so why not put them on here too? Oh man, guys, this car feels so freaking good now. I'm so stoked on this. I'm gonna get it back to the shop because it is raining, and because I'm missing those rear splash shields, I am now splashing my rear drive unit that was just fixed, and I don't want to have any problems with it moving forward. So I'm gonna put this car back in the stable and she'll stay there for now. But in the meantime, I'm gonna order some parts. I'm gonna get this car even better, and you guys can come along for the ride because there will be more videos like this on this car and the other project cars to come. Thank you guys so much for watching my videos. Peace out and rock on. Yes! It feels so good! There it goes. No clunking drive unit. Bye!